Welcome students in my new tutorial, and today we'll be covering the topic queries. So what is a query? Firstly, going through the definition, using a query, we can retrieve and display data from one or more tables in a database. See, why we are storing the data in a tables? You already have gone through with my previous tutorials that we are storing the data, that means information in the tables. And afterwards, according to the criteria, when we want to extract the information from the table according to our need, so that whole process is called as query, because query means to retrieve and display data from one or more tables in a database. So according to our need, according to our request, we follow the process to retrieve the data. So this is done by giving specific search criteria to the DBMS, that means database management system, so that we are able to view the exact information that we want. Suppose we have the data of 100 students. Suppose 100 students marks we have. Now suppose we have the marks of 100 students and we want to know how many students got more than 75%. Greater than is equal to 75%. Suppose this is a need. That means we want to have a certain request from the data of 100 students. It can be the overall marks of 1000 students also, 10,000, or overall data of the students from all over India or all over the state. That means in lakhs. And if that data is being stored, with the help of a query, we can retrieve that data. Okay. So going further to the next topic, creating a query. So practically we'll be making a query, and this can be done in three ways: using a wizard, in a design view, in SQL view. But in your syllabus, according to the syllabus, we'll be covering both the topics, using a wizard and in design view. So in SQL view, this will not be coming, although there are three ways. So now directly taking you towards the practicals. So I'll select the database. Already I had made the database earlier. So you can also open the database. In my last tutorial, I have told you how to make the table. The same database you could open. Open the existing database. Already that time I have given the name as sale. I'll click open. Either I can click on open if I want to open some other database, or otherwise the whatever the name is been given here, click on finish. And my database is in front. Now, as I am clicking on the tables option, you could see here, these are the tables. And in my early tutorial also, we have used these tables: blood group, personal details, student result. Now, we'll be clicking on the second option, queries. The second component, I should say. Earlier one, tables we have used. And that time we have learned how to create table in design view and using wizard to create table. Now queries. So first of all, under task, create query in a design view. This will be doing afterwards. Firstly, use wizard to create query. So I'll be clicking upon this option. And as I click on this option, query wizard dialog box will come in front. So first of all, there are the tables. It can take query also, but just now I want to use the tables here. Firstly, I'll show you. These are the tables, and I want to use employee table. I'll just double click it. I'll just open this table and I'll just place it here, because I want to retrieve the data from this table based upon certain criteria. As earlier I told you, query means to make some request according to the criteria to fetch the data. So I'll click on queries, use wizard, double click it, and query wizard dialog box will come. And from here, I'll select table. So table, I'll select employee. Earlier, already I have taught you. If you have not made this table, you can make this table. And these are the available fields: employee code, date of birth, salary, city. And from here, these are the two options. If you want to select all the available fields, you can click on this option, two arrows facing, and as a result, all the fields will move towards the right side. So I'm taking all the fields, and this is under the steps field selection or sorting order. I'll click on next. Sorting means sorting the data either in ascending or descending order. So I'll click upon, suppose here, salary, and here I want to sort the salary according to descending order. That means the person who is having the highest salary, that salary should come on the top. And then if I want to set multiple sorting, that means if the salary of two persons are same, then what it should do? Then I want that according to the employee code, it should list the order of the table. That means if any person is having the same salary, like 10,000, 10,000, then whichever person or employee code, it comes in ascending order, that should come in front. That means on the top. Then I'll click on next. Then search conditions. That means why I'm making this query. So match all the following. Certain conditions I have to set. What conditions? I could set like employee's salary. Now here is the condition: is equal to, or is greater than, is equal or greater than. Suppose I'm selecting this condition, and already the table was opened by me here. Now this is the employed table which I have opened earlier, and from here I could easily see the salaries of the employees, and here it becomes easier for me to set the condition. Suppose I'm setting the condition as 35,000. So just now I'm setting only one condition. I'm not moving towards the other condition. I could go here also, but just now I'm just setting the simple conditions. Okay. And then I'll be clicking on next. Select the type of query. Detailed query, show all records of the query. Summary query. So I'm not taking summary query. Just now I'm taking detailed query. Click on next. Aliases means if I want to change the name. Suppose here I want to change the name as employee name, employee code I should write. Date of birth, salary. If I want to change anything, I could change from here. Next. Now name of the query. So I could give the name of a query. I could suppose write here a query of the, so display query. Click on finish. So you could see here that query is coming. I'll show from here. I'll just cross it. So this is the query. These are my earlier queries. If I click on the query here, you could see here query of the employee. I'll just click it, and as a result you could see the salary is been displayed in descending order. I hope this is clear, and even that criteria is been met. The persons who are getting salary more than or is equal to 35,000, only that records are shown here. I could prove with that also. You could see here, this is the overall record. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is the query. This one is the query, and this one is the table. I am showing you both so that you can easily compare it. Now here it is only showing you the records where salary is more than 35,000 or equal to 35,000. That means this query is running properly. Now I'll just close it. So under queries, whatever queries I am making, that will be shown here. Query of the employee. One more I'll make. I'll just drag the table. It can be helpful again while making the query. Now making the query once again. Going to wizard once again. So I'm not selecting the query from here. I'm selecting the table once again. Then employee code, salary and city. Click on next. Sorting order, salary descending order, and click on next. Match all of the following, match any of the following. Now this time I want to teach you this option. Suppose salary is equal to or greater than, as earlier I have taken 35,000, or city is equal to Pinjore, and click on next. Detailed query. This just now I'm not teaching you summary query. This I'll be teaching you in design view. Click on next. I'm not changing anything from here. Click on next. Query employee. I'll write here multiple conditions. Click on finish. I'll just close this. Now under queries, I could see here query employee multiple conditions, and double click it. You could see here it's showing the result like this. So greater than 35,000 plus where Pinjore is written, that also. That means either the condition is true. So if I want to check the condition, how to check it? As we were doing in tables, that we will right clicking it and we will going to the edit mode. Here also in queries, we can go to the query directly, right click, and from here we can select edit. Now you could see here, this is the view in design view actually it is. And here you could see the overall table, employee table is been selected. And from here, a name of the field, table name is employee of course. And from here the condition is been given like sort is equal to descending, and criteria 35,000 or Pinjore is written. Okay. If I run this, I suppose I'll delete this manually. If I'll run this, if I'll press F5 here, it will show the result here, this side. Everything is been shown greater than 35,000. If I delete this also, this condition, and now if I run this, you could see it will show the whole data. Okay. I hope it is clear that how I could do the changes in design view. Again, under salary, I can give the condition here greater than, suppose, 40,000. Now I'll try to run this query. You could see here whatever the data is greater than 40,000 under the field salary, that data will only be displayed. I can set the condition on cities also. Suppose here I'll write is equal to Kalka. Simple writing Kalka will do the work. Greater than 40,000. So I have written Kalka here. Spelling should be in the same way. If I press F5 key now, it is showing the result. greater than 40,000 and Kalka. That means two criteria is been given. Okay. So I can save this query, press cross, and you could see now different queries. So now you have learned how to create a query with multiple conditions or single condition. Now I'll be teaching you to make a query in design view. That will be too simple. As just now I was showing you. Click on queries, create query in design view. Simply I'll click upon this option. You could see here, it will show me all the tables which I had made, even the queries also. I can set again the conditions upon query also, because here query will be shown as the table only. So I can set the conditions of queries on the queries which were made earlier by me. So now here I'm just selecting the tables and I'll be selecting employee. Click on add, click on close. You could see here employee table, and in design view now what I'll do, firstly I'll select the table employee, and here I want to take the table, that means table field, as employee code. Okay, and then again the table is employee. Here I want to take date of birth, and third again employee, and here I want to take city employee, and here I want to take salary. This is the same as earlier I was doing, but now here manually I'll set each and every field. Now if I'll press the F5 key, see here are, this is the basic interface, and here run query. If I'll press this, it will run. So it is displaying the whole data. Okay, it is displaying the whole data. Now I can set the conditions. So if criteria I want to show, suppose employee code criteria 101, and if I press F5 key, you could see here it is only displaying me the data or one record where employee code is 101 criteria, or I could write here 102, 103, or again if I'll press the F5, you could see here now or condition is being applied 101, 102 and 103. So I'll remove these conditions. This only I was showing you to explain all the things. Now certain criteria I want to give. Suppose I want to display the result of Pinjore, then here I can write criteria Pinjore and I'll press F5. You could see now only the data has been displayed of the persons who are living in Pinjore. The same way I can set the criteria based upon salary here. Greater than 50,000. So now it is showing me the results of the employees who are having salary more than 50,000. So this is the basic work of query, requesting the information from the data. Now data is very vast. According to the criteria, we are requesting the data, and that work is being done by the query. I hope the concept of query is very much clear to you. Now, one thing more I want to teach you along with this, we can group the data also. How to group the data? Firstly, I'll delete this one, my criteria, grouping of data in a query. If I'll display, it is showing the whole data. Now I want to group the salary according to the city. How to do it? Here actually where ticks are there, if I'll unclick this and now if I'll press F5, now it is only showing the fields where tick is there. Okay, where ticks are there, it is only showing that field, city and salary. Just you could see here on the top. Now I want to group the data city wise. So what I could do, city, and in function I could write here group. You will find here group, grouping according to city, and only two columns I had ticked so that they can only be displayed. And under salary, I'll select the function as sum. Okay. Now it will total the salary of the persons according to city wise. So I'll press the F5 key. You could see here it has total the salary of the persons who are living in Kalka and who are living in Pinjore. Okay, these are the conditions. And now if I want to change the condition here, suppose maximum salary who is getting, and now I am pressing F5 key, so it is showing me the result. And the same way minimum. So I hope the whole concept is been clear to you. Different criterias we have taken. So I'll save this. Yes, I want to save, and I could give the name as a design query. Now these are the different queries. Now I want to teach you the process of making the queries from different tables. How to do that? So for that also I'll be using different tables. Earlier I have taught you how to create relationships. You know very well that we have earlier done this. We have created relationship between three tables. Now I want to use all these three tables and want to make a query based upon these tables. How to do that? So for that also I'll be making the query in design view. And from here I want to select different tables. Suppose I'm selecting here personal details, then student result and blood group. You could see here three different tables are added and relationship is being created between three tables. Now here the query will be very helpful. How it will helpful? Now it will retrieve the data from three different tables and it will create the relationship between that. So firstly, I am taking here tables, suppose personal details, and from here I am taking the field as name. From this table student result, I want to take as marks, student result as uh, aggregate marks, and from third table, that means the blood group, I want to take a blood group table, yes, and field as blood group. Now I have taken three different tables, but because the relationship is been created, I can easily take out the result from three different tables. You will see here, and just three fields I have taken from three different tables, and that is the beauty of a query. And moreover, I have already created the relationship, so easily after maintaining the relationship, it could display the result to me. So I'll press F5 key. You could see here according to the names like Kajal, Kamal, Ram, Manav, marks also it is telling me, and blood group also it is telling me. So I have also taught you now how to create a relationship between different tables, and then with the help of a query, how to retrieve the data where relationship is being created. So please do this practicals, and in that way you will be learning how to create a relationship. So with this, I'm closing my tutorial, and if you like my explanation and my way of teaching the practicals, then please do like, share and comment, and also subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed it earlier. Okay, bye bye. Take care. Meet you soon in my next tutorial.